Yes, good morning, hello, afternoon, good morning. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the next 20 minutes will be the best 20 minutes of the next 25 minutes of your life. I know what you're thinking. Who is this guy? Was he always so elegant? Was he always so eloquent? Was he always so erudite? That means well-read. I am Matthew Kimberley, proud citizen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and proud subject of Her Majesty the Queen. God bless you, Mum. Omar told you a little lie just now, I'm afraid. Today, I will be selling you something. I promise. I was, for a very, very long time, a very poor salesman. In fact, I was the worst salesman in the world. I'd show up late because I was caught in traffic. I'd show up stinking because I'd been out drinking the night before and my breath was like a brewery. My clothes would be creased and crappy, and in short, I was a complete shower of shit. In spite of that, I still occasionally made a sale. Now, selling on webinars, you have some distinct advantages. It doesn't matter if your clothes are creased and cracked and crooked. Hell, it doesn't matter if you're not wearing any clothes at all. You'll never be late because you're stuck in traffic, because you don't have to leave the house, and your breath can smell like a bottom. It doesn't matter. Nobody will smell it. Because even the worst salesman with the worst product, and this was me, talking to the coldest crowd, can sometimes get lucky and sometimes make a sale, I thought, well, there's got to be some way of having the edge. I'm inherently lazy. I'm looking for a smart solution to effectively increase my effectiveness as a salesperson without doing too much work. So I scratched my head and I came up with the 16-part selling system that makes you better salesman without having to do anything at all. Is that something you'd be interested in hearing? Please say yes. Yes. Please say yes. Yes. Super. I'm going to demonstrate my 16-part selling system. And whenever I've done this demonstration before, it has never failed. So the weight of expectation lies heavily upon my shoulders right now. Would you please raise your hand if you know how to read? Would you raise your hand if you know how to read? Super. Would you please keep your hand in the air if in the last 2 or 3 years, would you please keep your hand in the air? Yeah, that's every single one of you. I'm waiting. Actually. You playing on your phone? Yeah, hand in the air. Man, oh my God, Matthew Kimberley is so good. Hashtag WN Live. Please keep your hand raised if in the last 2 years you have read a business or self-improvement book. Super. Would you please keep your hand raised if in the last 2 years you have spent more than, say, $50 on business or self-improvement materials or courses? Good. Would you please keep your hand raised if you have more than $50 cash in your pocket right now? Sir. Please put your hands together for... Scott is going to join us up on the stage for the purposes of this demonstration. Thank you very much, Scott. That was the qualification step, ladies and gentlemen. Scott, I'd like you to take a seat right here, please. Very important that you sit down. Now, Scott, for this demonstration to work, Scott, I'm going to need you to be my customer today. Is that okay?
Very good.
Can you say yes?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sale has just basically been made, but I'm going to walk you through the next 15 steps. So after you have qualified your prospect and made sure that the person in front of you likes what you're probably going to be selling, has $50 burning a hole in his pocket, it's time to start to exercise control over the prospect in front of you. Now, don't forget, if you say yes to Matthew Kimberley, then good things will happen to you. Do you understand that, Scott?
Yes.
Super. Now, Scott, I would like you to pretend, please, that you are attending a webinar. Okay? I'd like you to put your hands out in front of you and pretend to be typing in. Good, don't move them, you look beautiful. Can you hear me and see me? Let's do a quick tech test before we begin. Type in yes if you can.
Yes.
Super. Now, can you tell me where you're calling in from?
San Diego.
Scott's calling in from San Diego. Hey, Scott in San Diego. Can you tell me if you're really psyched and looking forward to what we're going to do today?
Yeah, sort of.
Super. Now, Scott, all I need you to do... Scott's a little bit ambivalent about this. All I need you to do today, Scott, is to pay attention, to be open, and to say yes when the opportunity arises. Is that something you can do for me?
Yes.
Fantastic. So this is what we do, ladies and gentlemen, when we're on our webinars. We start to exercise control by getting people to do what we want them to do. Let us know that you're there. I'm here. Let us know where you're calling in from. I'm calling in from San Diego. Let us know what you're most excited about learning today. I'm most excited about learning what I'm about to buy. Right, Scott? That's right. Super. So once we've qualified our audience and we're exercising some control over them, it's important that we include the element of likability. Now, Scott's not sure if he likes me right now. We can use different attempts to make ourselves more likable, different strategies, different techniques. I could give you a hug. Come here, come give us a hug. Come on, Scott. Come on, Scott, stand up. This is the virtual hug I'm giving you on the webinar. Good man. Thank you, Scott. I like him even more, and hopefully he likes me a bit more. Take a seat, please, Scott. Sit down. We could flatter him. Scott, did you get dressed up to come here today?
Oh, I did.
Oh, he did. But as with all these things, it's not necessarily what we say about ourselves that count, but what other people say about us. Scott, would you please read what's on the screen up there? And could you read it into the microphone so everybody can hear us?
Matthew Kimberley rescues orphaned kittens and helps old ladies cross the street.
Beautifully done, Matthew. I always get a bit emotional when I read that. That was our friend John Corcoran helped us out with that. So, likability, check. Now we need credibility. Now, it is a fact universally acknowledged in the world of internet marketing that if you want to be taken as a credible source, the following three components are absolutely mandatory. First, PayPal screenshots complete with red marker pen and yellow highlighter. Absolutely mandatory. Second, a picture of you sitting in front of your fucking Ferrari. And third, a great big steaming pile of cash. You tick those three boxes for your webinars, ladies and gentlemen. Internet riches can be yours overnight. You with me?
Yes.
Yes. Which will count for so much. What we really need, though, Scott, is third-party endorsement. We need the experts to weigh in. What we say about ourselves doesn't count for too much. It's what other people say about us that is going to lend us extra credibility. Scott, I'm going to ask you, please, to repeat once again the words here on the screen in front of you. These ones are from my business partner and New York Times bestselling author, Michael Port.
Matthew Kimberley is a genius and has made me gazillions of dollars with his unusual good looks and devastating sales skills.
Beautiful. The great thing about Michael Port is he will do literally anything I ask of him. Michael, I would like to use this quote that I have fabricated for use in my presentation. Is that okay? Sure thing, he says. The first 5 components are in place now. We're through step 1 of our sales process. We have carefully qualified, selected the member of the audience, the member of our community, the prospect that is going to become our customer today. You're going to become a customer today, right? Yeehaw! I'll take that as a yes. Secondly, we have exercised careful control over them. We've worked on our likability and our credibility, and we've had the experts weigh in. It's now time to identify the problem. And what we really need when it comes to the problem is something that Scott can easily say
Yes.
to when I ask, do you have this problem? So, Scott, do you sometimes get hungry?
Yes.
You do. Fantastic. Scott is sometimes somebody who gets hungry. If we try to educate people on why they need our product because they don't recognize that they have a problem that needs solving, we're starting on a downer. I prefer to start with an answer that always elicits a
Yes.
super. So we're going to offer the solution. Scott, are you ready for the solution?
I am ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the solution?
Yes.
Are you ready for the solution?
Yes.
Are you excited to hear the solution? Yes, we're excited to hear the solution. So what I need now, please, is a slow hand clap as I solve indisputably the problem of sometimes being hungry. So, ladies and gentlemen, slow hand clap. Just a second, Scott. With great power comes great responsibility. Are you willing to accept the responsibility?
I am.
Super. Slow hand clap, please, ladies and gentlemen. Scott, just a second. I need you to confirm that you want to continue to hear from me. Can you click the link to double opt-in right now, please? Boom, done. Okay, thank you. Slow hand clap. Boom, boom, boom. And the final point, Scott, my dear friend, is when I show you the solution to your problem, do you guarantee that you will take action?
I guarantee I will think about it.
Scott guarantees you're going to take action. Selective hearing sometimes helps when you're going to assume the sale. The answer, the solution to the problem. Slow hand clap. Let's start once more, please. Building up to a crescendo. Clap, 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 clap. Ladies and gentlemen. How's about? How'd you like them apples? How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, the world's most effective hunger buster. Scott, please hold that very carefully, but do not consume it just yet. Certified label of authenticity. The apple on its own is okay. The solution that you provide to your customers will make them sufficiently excited. But what we also need to do is elucidate the benefits, the financial benefits, emotional, physical, and spiritual benefits that your customers will get when they consume your solution. Scott, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Thank you. Would you please read the benefits that are about to be flashed up on the screen? Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, would you please do me a favor?
Yes.
Every time that Scott reads out one of the benefits, I would like you to respond with, ooh. Would you do that for me?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. Number one.
Whiter, healthier teeth.
Woo! And you get more and more excited with each one, Scott.
Avoid Alzheimer's.
Woo!
Protect against Parkinson's.
Woo!
Curb cancer.
Woo!
Decrease diabetes.
This is unbelievable. Woo!
Healthier heart.
And
More potent erection.
oh! Please don't take a bite just yet, Scott. We've got a carefully qualified member of our community who we are exercising continued control over. We're asking them to do what we want them to do, and they're responding accordingly. We're likable, we're credible. The experts have weighed in. We've identified a problem that has a solution. The benefits are beautiful. And now it's time for social proof. Scott, you're not alone. Around the world, there are white people, black people, young people, old people, even famous people eating these apples. Every day, more than 25 million apples are consumed in the United States. Nobody wants to be alone. And you, Scott, will never be alone when you consume this apple. Feel good? Say yes.
Yes.
Scott may be feeling a little bit like he has an objection or two. Scott may be feeling a little bit uncomfortable about the whole deal. It's your duty as a salesperson, ladies and gentlemen, to preemptively overcome these objections. Scott, I'm going to give you a couple of sample of objections that I would like you to read from the screen. Is that okay?
All right.
Fantastic. I'm glad your name is Scott. It's easy to pronounce and easy to remember. Super. Scott, why on earth could you possibly object to this fantastic portable hunger buster?
I've already eaten. I'm not hungry right now.
Scott, you may have already eaten today. You may not be very hungry right now. The apple that you're holding in your hand will keep for up to 7 days without refrigeration. Objection? Denied. It's time for the offer. Now, Scott, you're probably thinking right now, it would be reasonable, it would be appropriate, it wouldn't be unusual if Matthew were to ask me for $200 for the apple right now. But I'm not going to ask you for $200. That would be ridiculous. I'm not even going to ask you for $100 for that offer. That apple that can give you more potent erections, that can decrease the chances of you getting diabetes, that can instantly and portably cure your hunger pangs, is yours today for only $40. At this stage, Scott is saying, well, that seems like a great deal. At this stage, Scott is saying, he's starting to justify the price in his head. He's saying, well, I do want all of the benefits, and I could see that one day when I'm a bit stuck, that I might like to chew on this apple. $40 seems like a good deal. But we're going to sweeten the deal even more. We're going to make it even better for you today, Scott. And this is what we call bonus stacking. When you're selling on your webinars, it's not just the offer that you're making, but it's the added bonuses beyond the offer. Scott, you will no doubt be thrilled to hear that when you sign up today, you also get a copy of my ultimate guide to eating apples. Yum! Only $27. Sign up today, you'll also get a 20-minute consultation with me. That's worth $199. And this one you might like to pay attention to. When you sign up today for $40, you will get immediate access, Scott, to Matthew Kimberley's School for Selling. This is my 16.5-hour training program for salespeople who want to become better salespeople. Everything from increasing sales confidence, to warming up your audience, to advanced closing strategies, to generating referrals so that you never have to sell again. There are bonuses selling on the telephone, selling to big businesses. And for you, Scott, a total value, $1,263 for the apple, for Yum, the guides to eating apples for 20 minutes on the telephone with Matthew Kimberley, your beautiful and handsome host, and immediate and unfettered access to my principal premium program, which hundreds of people have already purchased for $997. You can have all of that for only $40. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Scott. Scott. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Whew! Like I said, 100% of the time this has worked, up until now. However, Scott's probably feeling a little bit anxious. He doesn't know what he's got himself into. He's sitting on the stage with me, as likable and as credible as I am. There's still this element of, am I getting into something I can't get out of? You can consume today's product. You can come back in 60 days, 90 days, or 120 days' time. You say, Matthew, I enjoyed the apple, but I want my money back. I'll let you keep the bonuses, and I will give you every cent back that you paid me today for today's apple. Sound like a good deal?
Yes.
He can't say no. Scott can't say no. Can you?
No.
My heart is starting to go, is this going to be the first time this doesn't work? Is this going to be the first time this doesn't work? We've carefully qualified a member from our community. We're exercising control over them. We're showing that we're likable, that we're credible, and we've got experts weighing in to lend us extra credibility. We've identified the problem, proposed a solution, backed it up with associated benefits and social proof. We've preemptively handled objections. We've made the offer. We've stacked the bonuses. We've reversed the risks. There are 2 components left before we go in for the close. The 2 elements, of course, are scarcity. As you can see, Scott, there's only 1 apple on this stage. I did have a whole box of them, but I sold them to my business partner for $40 a pop. He'll buy anything. There's only 1, and you are the only person who's been given this opportunity. But let's say you passed on the opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, is there anybody in this room right now who would be happy? I see your hands are going up already. Is there anybody in this room right now who would be happy to take this apple off me today, including all of the bonuses, including unfettered access to the School for Selling, my premium $1,000 online program, for only $40 today? Raise your hand and say yes if you would.
60.
I love you. Scott, you can say no, but I wouldn't advise it. There's a hungry crowd of buyers right in front of me who will take the opportunity to take this apple out of your hands. We don't want it to be the case that the apple is eaten before you get a chance to say yes.
I've heard 60. Do I hear more?
Sharp. The final component when you come to putting your sales offer that cannot be said no to together, of course, is the time-sensitive deadline. Total value, Scott, today is $1,263. You say yes today, you get it for $40. That includes all of the aforementioned bonuses. But I'm going to do you something very special. If you say yes to me in the next 20 seconds, then I will let you have the apple and all of the bonuses and this entire fantastic experience for only $20. When the clock starts, you're going to have 20 seconds. You can pay me with cash, or credit card. I don't mind. Hold that thought for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now at step 15 of the 16-step process. I hope it's instructive to you thus far. I'm going to need your assistance now in increasing the peer pressure on Scott to put his hand in his pocket and say yes right away. Could you please join me in a countdown from 20 to 0? 20, 19, 18, 17. It's all yours, Scott.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah!
Dear Norway! Thanks so much, buddy. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand for Scott, of course. Thanks so much, Scott. I woke up this morning and rolled out of bed, rolled into Starbucks next to my hotel, and picked up an apple for $1. With a little bit of nous and the infinite scalability of an online, digitally delivered information product, I'm happy to present the Matthew Kimberley 30-minute income report. Ladies and gentlemen, you too, when you apply the lessons that you've learned during the last 20 minutes, can see a 2,000% return on your investment every single time you open your mouths. I've been Matthew Kimberley. Thank you very, very much. You can keep that.